right, hello everybody. Welcome to Live with Amy at 333. This is your host, Amy Marino, owner of the Sanctuary on Cape Cod, Massachusetts. And I am coming to you today and every day live from quarantine at 333. So I invite you to take a couple of minutes out and to sit and join me. And we're going to do a brief meditation. We're going to have a little bit of chat, and then we're going to draw an oracle card of the day. And every day, as you guys know, if you've been tuning in, you've been looking at a different deck. So I have lots and lots of oracle decks. I'm a big fan of cards, and so today we are looking at the Mystic Sisters Oracle. So this is a newer deck that I have, and just take a look at that up close. I know that's reversed as you're seeing that, but this is a deck by Emily Balavet. So we'll be taking a look at this and drawing a card if you stay tuned to the end of the show today. All right, so thank you everybody. I see all you guys are hopping on and tuning in. Many of you have been coming day after day, so I so appreciate that. Today is episode 16, and it's Thursday, April 30th. So as I said, you're invited to join me to sit for a few moments and take a time out with me, a spiritual time out. And our topic for the day that we're working on is trust. So every day, if you've been tuning in, we've been sort of working through a little bit of a process here of clearing, releasing, letting go, healing, learning to tune in to our highest self. And that's kind of the topic for today, this topic of self-trust. So yesterday, we worked on clearing out the psychic cobwebs, if you will, and activating and expanding our third eye, our center of intuition. So today we're talking about trust. And what do I mean by that? I mean really starting to be able to trust in ourselves, trust in our gut feelings, our intuitive thoughts and signs, and the signs and messages that we are receiving all of the time from spirit, from divine source. And so Ralph Waldo Emerson said, self-trust is the first secret of success. So it's an important trait that we need to learn to cultivate. And the more that we can cultivate that, the smoother and easier everything else seems to go. So I mentioned yesterday, if you were on, tuning out or turning the volume down on all of those other voices and the outside noise in order to truly hear yourself. And so we want to think about the inside noise also. What about the inside noise and interference in our head? And did you know that you have at least two voices in your head? It's true. One is the voice of your soul, your highest divine self. And the other is the voice of your ego, which confines your human self and from its very limited perspective. So think about this. Your ego only sees your truth, while your soul sees universal truth. The sound and the words of your soul voice ring pure and true. They should resonate deep within you and feel right. Remember, we talked the other day when we talked about muscle testing, how high vibrations and thoughts and positivity have a different vibration and feel than negative, and so does the truth and a lie. So when it's true and right, it should resonate deep within you as true. They come from a place of love, of compassion. Well, meanwhile, your ego voice is the one of fear and doubt. And its job is to keep you in your limited belief systems where it has total control. So as we start to shift down the spiritual path, the ego self often starts to lose some of its power as the voice of your soul begins to take the forefront. And a big question that people often ask me in the classes is, how do we know the difference? How do we discern from the voice of our soul and the voice of our ego and know which source that thought or message is truly coming from? So it's a great question. If you stay tuned after the meditation, I will answer that question for you. And I'll teach you an easy way to start to discern and tune into and listen to your soul's true voice. So in just a moment, I'm going to bring us through a powerful meditation to do that, and then we'll chat about that question. So just quickly, a few classes that you can catch on Zoom. And all of this information is on our website, thesanctuarycapecod.com, and /classes if you want to go straight to the classes page. So Saturday morning, Discovering Your Divine Life Purpose. Tuesday kicks off our Psychic Development 2 class. Friday kicks off the Angel Link 5-week series. And there's some other classes peppered in there as well, that are just like a single class if you just want to start with it one night, something small, and delve into. So the Archangel series is going on. Next, is it this Monday coming up? I think is our Spirit Guide 1 class. So if you're interested in learning who are spirit guides, what are they, how can we learn to tune into and connect with them and have them work with us on our spiritual path, that class will be Monday night. And then that's sort of a foundational class. The following Monday, there's a follow-up where we go deeper, and that's Spirit Guide 2, Establishing Your Team. So where we start to bring in and introduce you to the various members of your Spirit Guide team and how they function in regards to assisting you on your life path. So I hope that you'll tune in and join me for some of those exciting and enlightening classes. I've been having lots of fun on the Zoom classes, connecting with people in that way. Okay, so now to our meditation. This is a really meditation to learn to tune into and to listen to and to trust our soul. So if you've been tuning in each day, this is the point where we get our sage. And if you're new to the show, I welcome you. If you do have some sage at home, to get that. We're going to sort of light that together and collectively do a little bit of clearing. And thanks to all of you guys that I see hopping on and commenting and letting me know that you're here and you're joining in with me. So I thank you very much for that. Okay. All right, so we just have a little bit of California loose white sage here. Let me spin that up. All right. So we're just going to take a moment to breathe together, a moment to clear, center and ground. So we're just going to start with that sacred smoke up around the head, the crown chakra, bringing that down around the entire body. Just breathe out with me, even if you don't have your sage. Feel that calmness coming over you. All right, we're going to bring a little bit around our sacred space here. All right. All right, so we are just going to have you sit for a moment and just start to relax, get comfortable. We've got a little bit of that moment to clear. All right. And we have some beautiful Tibetan bowls to assist us today in our meditation. All right. So slowly and gently. bringing your awareness to the breath. Breathing in deeply. Feel yourself letting go with every breath, releasing out with your will and intention. Slowly and deeply, in and out, aware of the breath, aware of that release. Letting go with every breath, letting go of the day. Whatever was happening before you arrived. Whatever's been weighing on your heart and on your mind. Letting it go. Now, as you continue to breathe deeply, simply turning your attention to something else, bringing your awareness and carefully listening to all of the quiet sounds outside of you, happening all around you. Both faint and loud. Now turning our focus gently inward. Listen very quietly to whatever you hear happening within your body. Can you hear your heart beating? Can you hear your breath as you breathe slowly in and out? Just pay attention to whatever's going on inside. Taking time to listen very carefully. Just paying attention to the sound of your breath. It's almost magical as it breathes in and out. Your whole body, it's alive. And this breath, among other things, is keeping you alive. Allow that breath to fill up your whole body and enjoy as the living energy of your breath goes in to each and every cell, every atom of your body. Just feel that and relax deeper. Now just listen even more closely. Listen and pay attention. If there are other thoughts coming up, anything else, feelings inside of you that need to be expressed or talked about. Now take a moment to ask yourself a question. Just be still. Be quiet and listen. Now fill your heart with gratitude for the answer received. Whether now or later, know that it will be received because you've asked the question. And we ask now for clear and easy to recognize and understand signs, confirming your answer. And we humbly give thanks for all that was released and all that was received. We ask that this healing be received on every level, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and in all directions of time, space, and reality. Now, slowly and gently, returning as you're ready, bringing yourself back to this time and space, back to your physical body. Gently becoming aware of your fingers, your toes, the chair or the floor beneath you. And you return from this healing meditation, feeling centered, grounded, and at peace. guys, so welcome back from our healing meditation I hope that brought you a little bit of joy and some peace and release today, and especially that way to learn to tune into our highest self and to hear that voice, to be still for a moment, to hear it, and then to learn to start to trust in that. So let's chat for a moment about that question. How do we determine our soul's true voice? And as I say, I get asked a lot that question in class, and here's how I figure it out. That first answer, feeling, message, thought that comes in, that's the true voice. About 5 to 7 seconds after that, a second voice kicks in. That is your ego voice. That is the little doubting Thomas voice that comes in on your shoulder and says, that's not true. You just imagined that. You just made it up. You want it to be. It was a coincidence. And I'm here to tell you that there is no such thing as coincidence. There are only energetic patterns manifesting into physical reality. So coincidences are really synchronicities, which is the universe, God, your soul, your angels, guides, master teachers, whatever the case may be, sending you a message. And think of it as a magical Morse code being sent out from spirit, the universe, to you with information. And we can choose to pay attention and try to see what the synchronicities, the patterns are trying to tell us, or we can ignore them and go about our business, choosing to stay under the control of that small-sighted ego mind. So the more that we tune into and trust that first true voice, that one of love, compassion, and spiritual understanding, the stronger that voice becomes, the easier it is to tune into that and to tune out the ego voice, which is well equipped to get us through this physical world, but it's the soul's voice, our highest self voice, that we need in order to travel and traverse our spiritual path. So remember, start to tune into and trust that first voice that comes in. When that second voice kicks in about 5 to 7 seconds later, turn down the volume and tune back into that first voice, the voice of your authentic self, of your soul. And that leads me to today's challenge. So if you've been following along in the episodes, every day I've been giving you guys a little bit of a challenge, something you can do from home along with us all to follow along. And today's challenge is to think about and write down somewhere, a notebook, a journal, a success binder, which we talked about a few episodes ago in episode 14 on self-worth, I believe it was, if you'd like to go back and look at that. But write down somewhere and then briefly meditate on 3 times where you trusted yourself, your gut, over your mind, and it worked out amazingly. If you can think of more, keep going, but I challenge you to just start off with 3 and write those down and meditate on those for a moment. Those times when you trusted your gut, your feelings, whatever it was you were receiving, however you were receiving it, and you acted on it, you made a decision based on that, and it worked out amazing. Those types of things help us to instill that trust, so that the next time it comes around, it's a little bit easier to trust in ourselves, because we'll remember the last time that we trusted and how well it worked out. Okay, so that is your challenge, should you choose to accept it, until we meet again tomorrow. That leads us to our crystal chat segment, and we are going to talk about Sodalite today, because that is a beautiful crystal that really ties in with this theme that we've been talking about learning to trust in ourselves. So I've got a piece of, actually got a bracelet here to show you, because this has got a lot of small pieces on it, so you can sort of see some of the variations that you might see in Sodalite. Sodalite is often mistaken for lapis, which lapis has much of this darker blue color that you see here. They're very similar. Your lapis will tend to have little, what looks like gold flecks, and we'll talk about lapis in an upcoming episode. So this is the Sodalite though, and the difference, you'll see many more of these sort of cream or white streaks throughout the Sodalite, some of the sort of even tan, brownish marbling in there with the blue. So really beautiful colors. Hope that you guys can see that here. This is our Sodalite. So Sodalite is a very high vibrational stone. It can help to turn down the brain chatter, which often so many of us have difficulty with. It can bring clear, objective thought, help us to communicate our truth and to find our authentic voice that we are bringing forth. It can help us to see the truth of a situation. So it's a stone of wisdom and of truth. Sodalite brings emotional balance and can actually calm panic attacks by placing a piece on your third eye or holding a piece in your left hand, which is going to be your releasing hand. And this will begin releasing tension, fears, negative emotions. And that also includes self-doubt, which is one of the reasons that I picked Sodalite for today. Again, for that need to trust in the self. So if we are receiving and acting on, we have to let go of that doubt, the self-doubt, so that then we can not only receive it, but we can act on it, and act on it with confidence. Sodalite is a stone that enhances self-esteem, self-acceptance, and self-trust. You can place it in your home or your office for a very purifying and cleansing effect. And as a matter of fact, you can actually place Sodalite on computers to block some of their emanations and electromagnetic pollution. So a lot of practical uses for the Sodalite and its high vibration. It promotes the highest form of authentic self-expression. So throughout history, sculptors, painters, writers, and artists were often known for carrying a piece of Sodalite with them in their pocket for inspiration. So these are a couple of crystal tips for the day with the Sodalite. If you're a creative person, and especially if that's what you do for a living, then try wearing a piece of Sodalite as a necklace so that it's near the throat chakra, or just even having it in your pocket, and just see what happens. We often think of orange stones to go with the creativity for that second sacral chakra, but try Sodalite to help you express it in its highest and most authentic form. Because of the deep blue of the stone, it works with third eye and throat chakra. So you get 2 chakras in this one, and it helps to give us creative thinking, higher spiritual awareness. It's the most grounded probably out of all of the dark blue stones, and that makes it an excellent stone for meditation, deep journeying, and especially finding our inner truth. It also can activate clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience. So that is your psychic hearing, seeing, feeling, and knowing. And it's a stone of insight and pattern recognition. So remember, I was talking about those synchronicities are really just the coincidences, are synchronicities, which are really just patterns. So this is a stone that can help us with pattern recognition. So it's especially great support stone for astrologers, numerologists, tarot readers, oracle and I Ching readers. So anybody that is working with those types of patterns in divination. So great all-around stone, your Sodalite. It also on the physical level can balance out metabolism, boost the immune system, and help with calcium deficiencies. So that is your beautiful Sodalite stone, and that is our crystal of the day. Okay, so we are almost at the end of our show here and our time together, which I've been so enjoying. Every single day we get to come together at this time in the afternoon. And just to remind you, actually, before we get to our crystal, our card of the day, I just want to mention, if you have been enjoying these free episodes and the free content that I've been bringing you each day to help you get through quarantine, there's a couple of different ways that you can support the sanctuary. So number one, you can sign up for any of our upcoming classes. And again, I have series, I have just short one-night classes that are beginner starter classes for you. You can book a reading, clearing, healing, or mentoring session with me. You can do it through our website or by calling and leaving a message, and we would just do that remote, just like you're seeing me now over the phone on video call. You can purchase a gift certificate from our website, and that can be used at a later time. You can make a donation on our website. You can like and share this video and our Facebook page. And lastly, I'm going to actually ask a personal favor today. If you'd like to do something free and easy to support us in the sanctuary, then please go to the reviews section of our Facebook page and leave us a review. So not on the main page, because that will eventually get lost into the feed, but if you go to the reviews section on our Facebook page, there's a place there you can review us. You can just click 5 stars, and it's as simple as that. You can also post an additional comment or written review if you like, and of course I would greatly appreciate that, but even just clicking the 5 stars will leave us a 5-star review and help others to find our page and to be able to trust in what we are offering here as authentic and valuable. And if you're not on Facebook, or you extra love the sanctuary, you can also find us on TripAdvisor to leave a review. That would be another great place, as well as Google. So I thank you and appreciate all of you for taking a moment and a time, just a moment out to leave us a review if you've been enjoying these shows and the content that we've been bringing you each day. Okay, so thank you so much, and that moves us on to our Oracle card of the day. So it's a little windy out here today. It's still pretty cold as well on the Cape right now. There we go. I'll put some crystals on that paper to keep it down. So I picked out the Mystic Sisters deck today. We haven't explored this deck yet, and so just before the show, I asked and intended for a card to come out for the group, for the show today, that would be beneficial and useful for you. All right, so I pulled out the card that says Amunet. So I'm going to hold that up for you guys to see. So there is a message that comes with this in the book, and it says, Amunet is a goddess of mystery whose name means the hidden one. She symbolizes the subconscious mind or the shadow self. Drawing this card indicates something has been obscuring your vision, and you are unable to see the whole picture clearly. You may feel that you are stumbling in the dark and that nothing is going as planned. You may feel deficient in a strength you've known yourself to possess. At times like this, it is often best to simply be still and try to recollect yourself. It is a time to pause, to review the direction you are heading, and try to understand where you are on your path presently. Optimism is an important virtue, but now it is time to take the blinders off and regain a full view. Our own perceptions of our circumstances can sometimes be deceptive. All right, so I thought that was an interesting, fitting card for today, because we've been talking about needing to find that still point and within, so that we can learn to trust and hear and tune into our highest self. And that means also turning out and turning down the volume on that voice within us of fear and doubt, which is really the ego voice, which again is seeing everything from its very limited perception here, while your highest self is seeing everything from the perception of universal truth and a space of love and compassion. So this is our beautiful card for today. So again, I hope that this show has brought you a little bit of peace and some enjoyment and something to look forward to every day as we go through this quarantine journey together. I know that it's been helping me tremendously. Just give me something to focus on each day and think about, what would be a value to bring you. So again, I so thank all of you for tuning in, and you can find more information about me and about the sanctuary and everything that we are doing there on our website, thesanctuarycapecod.com. And thank you again for tuning in. I hope to see you again tomorrow at 3:33 right here live on Facebook. Please share this, let your friends know if you think this is something that they would enjoy and receive from benefit from as well. So until I see you again tomorrow, I'm sending you so much love and peace and abundance. And remember, tune in, listen, trust that first true voice that comes in, the voice of your soul. I love you. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow at 333.